back to the Racing Geeks, guys. Hope everyone's had a nice holiday. But today I'm in the FN2 Civic Type R and I thought I'd do a wee video on what modifications I've done to the car. Firstly, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to everyone who's subscribed to the channel so far. We've just hit 64 subscribers at the time of me filming this video, and I'd just like to say a massive thank you to everyone who has subscribed. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, drop a wee like on the video, and yeah, let's get into this. Yeah, I'm in the FN2 and I've owned this FN2, basically it's a Milano Red Honda Civic Type R FN2, and I've owned this car for 3.5 years now. And in my tenure of ownership, I've done a few modifications to the car. They've mainly been cosmetic mods, and I haven't really done any performance mods, but we'll get into that shortly. So the first modification, the first thing that I upgraded on the car was the rear wing. So I had just the standard Civic Type R spoiler on the car when I first got it, and I just felt that the car was lacking something from the rear end. It just lacked a little bit of road presence, and I was looking at sort of upgrading the wing. So I had a look on eBay, on a lot of the forums, and I came across the Mugen M-style wing. Yeah, I decided to kind of bite the bullet and buy myself a brand new Mugen M-style wing from a company called typerkits.com. Now, I know you can buy the wing off of eBay and through other sellers, but from what I've read up on and from what I heard, typerkits.com seemed to be a reputable seller. They basically sent me the wing primed with a carbon fibre blade that sits just along the top, and all I had to do was literally take the wing out of the box, take it to a body shop, get them to respray it Milano Red, so obviously there is that additional cost, and then yeah, put the wing onto the car, take the old wing off, and Bob's your uncle. And I tell you what, it completely transformed the rear end of the car. Before, it looked like a normal standard Civic. To a normal person, it would look like a normal Civic unless you knew that it's a Type R. Now it has that sense of road presence that you know that car is a mean machine. It's a racing monster. It might only have 198 horsepower or 200 horsepower, but it still looks the part. It has a lot higher road presence than what it did before. So that was just my own personal preference. I just wanted to upgrade the wing. Some people might not want to do that. They may want to keep it standard, keep it a bit more subtle. But I just felt that it needed the Mugen wing. And the new Type Rs that have came out, the FK2 and the FK8, they have obviously the wing as standard. But I felt that was something lacking with the FN2. And obviously, if you've ever seen the Mugen FN2s, you'll see that they've got like vented bonnet scoops and they've got Mugen body kits, and they just look mental. The main reason why I got a BMC air filter was just so that it would just allow the engine to breathe a little bit better, and it's a reusable filter that just basically replaces the OEM standard filter. So you don't actually have to replace it, you just have to clean it every so often when you do servicing on the car, and you get maybe 3 to 5 horsepower gain from that filter, but it's not as noticeable, I don't believe, as I say, if you've got a HKS or you've got one of the big sort of induction kits. It's not as noticeable, but it's something that I wanted to get done on the car, and I'm kind of glad that I did get it done, as I believe the air filter's never been changed since I've had that done. But each to their own, perhaps looking back I should have got maybe a HKS air filter. This is what I always kind of wanted to get, as it obviously improves the this is the sound of VTEC. When VTEC engages after 5,500 RPM, you get that loud sort of note with the HKS, and maybe that's something I should have done, but at the time, I was young and just wanted to kind of this looks cool, BMC air filter, it helps with the car. Okay, I got it done. Third modification that I got done to the car, I upgraded the wheels. So this car came with the 18-inch standard wheels out of the factory, and I didn't know at the time that you could actually get an optional extra for 19-inch Rage alloys. I actually saw a couple of Civics on YouTube and also kicking around the streets, and they had the 19-inch Rage wheels on them, and they just looked so much better in my opinion, and just had a lot higher road presence than the standard wheels, and they just looked really cool with the diamond cut and with the separate sort of spokes. And I just like, okay, I had a look online and things, and I found out that they were actually £1,000 optional extra when the car was brand new. So you can understand why people probably didn't decide to buy them brand new out the factory. They were like, all right, we'll stick with the standard wheels, because couldn't justify spending an extra £1,000. You're buying an expensive car already, why pay an extra grand on top of that? So you can understand that. But I had a look around to see if I could find some on eBay or Gumtree. It was actually my cousin who found a gentleman selling them on Gumtree for a good price, and he was selling a set of 4 Rage alloys with the tyres on them. And yeah, they were a bit corroded, so he did say, look, they do need a refurb. I got them, and my father actually sort of refurbed them in the back of the house. He sanded them down and then kind of brought back a little bit of the sort of diamond cut. Obviously it's not as if you've taken it to a refurb specialist and they've done it. This has just kind of been done in the house, but I mean, I still think they've came out quite well. They do look a lot shinier and a lot cleaner than what they did beforehand. If I've got pictures of what they were beforehand, I might do. I'll have to dig them out. I'll insert them in, but this is what they kind of look like now on the car. I just need to get new centre caps, as the old centre caps were damaged, so I need to get new centre caps. But even without the centre caps, they do look really good. I prefer the handling of the car with the 19-inch wheels. I feel that the car handles a lot better. Also, the ride is a lot better with the 19s. It's less choppier. I feel the 18-inch wheels, the ride is a lot choppier, but the 19s, the ride is a lot better, and it just handles a lot better as well. You've got more confidence coming in and out of corners. But that's my personal opinion. Other people, you know, might prefer the 18-inch wheels, the way the 18-inch wheels handle, the way the car handles with the 18s. I prefer the 19s, and I just prefer the look of the Rage alloys. But yeah, leave a comment down below what ones you prefer, if you prefer the normal wheels or you prefer the 19s. Yeah, leave a wee comment. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. So the 4th modification that I have done to this car is I've got Heco wind deflectors. So if you put them down a bit, you'll probably be able to see. So as you can see here, this is a Heco wind deflector, and it runs right along the both driver's and passenger side windows. And the main reason why I got this done was because a lot of Japanese cars actually have the wind deflectors when they've been imported from Japan, and I just thought it looked quite cool having it on the car. And I found these Heco wind deflectors on eBay for £30 at the time. And yeah, they just add that subtlety to the car, bit of a stealth kind of look, and with the Mugen wing at the back, it just makes the car look a lot stealthier, and just that bit more of a, you know, Type R and a meaner kind of look. With the Heco wind deflectors, they are good because when you're driving, say, and you're too hot, because this car sometimes you're either too hot or you're too cold. I mean, right now I'm too hot, but because of the temperatures are high, because it's freezing out here in Scotland, it's like 2 degrees. But these help a lot because you just put them down slightly and they just let in a little bit of air, especially if your windows are all misted up. So if you've got like really bad misted windows, it really does help. One of the most recent mods that I've done to the car, and that is having the front splitter carbon wrapped in carbon fibre. Now, carbon fibre wrap. Now, I got this done to a friend of a friend called Lanny at L4 Customs. So Lanny runs his own wrapping service in Scotland, and I got it wrapped through him. The reason being was because mainly I was looking at getting a GP bumper kit at the time, and they were around 350 quid, and I just felt that £350, you know, for a GP kit might be a bit too much just for a front bumper. So another cheaper alternative is to get it wrapped, and the main reason I wanted a carbon fibre wrap was to suit the rear wing. With the wing had that sort of carbon fibre blade that sits on the top, so I wanted something to suit that wing, and that was the main reason. And that having that carbon fibre wrapped front splitter has transformed the front end of the car now too. It's just made it look a little bit more meaner, and my friends have also said whenever I've pulled up behind them, the car looks a lot cleaner, a lot better, just having that cheap mod done to the front, having it wrapped. And it's not expensive, you know, it's not too expensive, it's not going to break the bank, it's just a subtle wee mod, and you know, it's a cheaper alternative than getting a GP kit. I've also done like wee bits here and there, so I've had the rear brake calipers resprayed red. They've been done. That was just kind of an experiment just to see what it would look like, and it actually looks pretty decent, even though it was like a 20 quid can of brake caliper, red brake caliper paint. It wasn't anything fancy. The 18-inch wheels, they've been kind of resprayed with Plastidip in white, so that was just another wee experiment that I've been doing just to kind of see what it would look like with white. And yeah, in terms of performance mods, I haven't touched this car in terms of performance mods. I've kind of kept it standard. The reason being, it's now a high mileage FN2. I've had for 14 years. Oh, sorry, I've not had it for 14 years. It's nearly 14 years old, so the car's now getting to that time in its life where it's becoming aged. But like I said in previous videos, K20 engines are bulletproof. They will, as long as they're maintained and serviced regularly, they are machines. They'll keep going. That's due to Honda reliability. And yeah, the only sort of maybe performance modifications that have came to mind that I'd maybe get done is obviously upgrading the air filter to maybe a HKS, or getting a catback system put in. So I've looked at the Cobra Militech exhaust systems, and it's a lot of money for an exhaust. And to be honest, for me personally, I'm not the type of person that wants a really loud car. I'd rather have it being more powerful and a quicker car than making it louder, if that makes sense. Because I'd rather take this on track and just thrash this thing on track and just to see how it performs, rather than maybe the only performance mod that I would look into properly would be getting a like forced induction, so bolting on a supercharger to this car, or a turbo. But a turbo, maybe not turbo, maybe a supercharger, because I've always liked the supercharged Civics. I've seen them on YouTube and things like that, and they do look pretty quick, pretty rapid, pretty mental, pretty nuts, man. But obviously this car itself is crazy when it's in VTEC, when you're up 5,500 RPM and you're VTECing it up to the red line. So with a supercharger, it must be 10 times more mental than what it currently is. And I think you still get that linear type of power. It's obviously after 5,000 and it's just a lot more aggressive. But you know, that's a lot of money as well, and this is a high mileage Civic, so maybe not with this car. Maybe in the future, if I have a bit of savings and I decide to do it, maybe. But right now I'm just kind of keeping it as standard as I can. And it's just wee subtle modifications here and there, just to personalise the car from myself, just kind of what I would like to do in. But yeah guys, if you've got any suggestions on any sort of things that I could maybe do to the car, please do comment down below and let me know. If there's anything that I could maybe, you know, subtle differences here and there I could maybe do to the car just to kind of improve it that much better, please do, you know, let me know. Really appreciate it. And yeah, like I said, this car is actually the 186th model off the production line, so it's one of the earlier Civics, and I'll insert a badge number of the car, but yeah, it's 186R, so it's one of the earlier models. And that's also another reason why I'm not wanting to, you know, mess about with it too much, just because it is one of the earlier models. You know, maybe one day this car will be an appreciating classic, we don't know. But yeah guys, if you enjoyed that video, please do drop a wee like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll be bringing out some more content, so please do hit that subscribe button down below. We're on 64 subscribers, as I said, so it would be nice to try and get to that 100 mark. Please hit that subscribe button, and yeah, drop a wee comment on this video on if you've got any suggestions on what I could do to the car, but also anything that you guys have done, or anything you guys like, or any questions that you have about what I've done as well. You can drop a wee comment and I'll try and get back to you. If you are thinking of getting one of these Honda Civic Type Rs, I would say right now is probably the best time to buy them, because right now they're probably at their lowest in terms of market value. You're looking at, you could pick a decent one up for about £3 grand, £3.5 grand. So if you are thinking of getting one of these right now, is probably the best time to kind of look into getting them. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and have a nice holiday. I know we're in tier 4 lockdown now in Scotland anyway, but we're just trying to make the best out of the situation that we can. If I don't see you before the new year, have a good new year, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And stay safe guys, and yeah, have a good weekend. Thank you.